My next guest takes on James Krause at UFC Fight Night 124 coming up here on January 14th. It is Alex White joining me here on the program for the very first time. Alex, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to talk to you. And I got to ask, are you just coming from the gym this morning? Are you about to head there today? What's on the agenda for Monday?
I'm actually about to head there.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time before you head out to the gym this morning. And we got to talk about your last fight, Alex. It was a great performance. I'm Canadian, and even I can admit that was a fantastic fight in Edmonton at UFC 215. Where does that rank in terms of satisfying wins in your career? Because you went into Mitch Clarke's backyard and you finished him in the fight.
I think it just gave me a boost of confidence that I need. I know the fight before that didn't do too well. The guy kind of just controlled me the whole time. So that's what I kind of been working on.
Excellent. And did you feel like you executed the game plan to a T? I mean, as far as your performance?
Yeah, pretty much. I kind of just wanted to keep it standing up and just grind them out.
And one kind of funny moment in the fight after the fight was when Joe Rogan was interviewing you, and he was talking about you, fighting at lightweight. But he made it out like that was your first fight at lightweight. But I know before that you fought Tony Martin at lightweight, so I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know if you picked up on that or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my first fight at lightweight, I didn't do too good, so I think he kind of just left it off as taking it as a short notice fight, you know.
For sure.
And then kind of had a better camp for the fight, my last fight.
Yeah, it certainly did. Now, as far as after the fight, did you get to go out at all? Did you get to celebrate the win that evening?
I mean, after a fight, I'm not much of a big drinker. I might have like one or two beers, but that's usually it. Because like in my training camps, I try not to drink. But no, I kind of went out. Had a good dinner at the Sherlock Holmes or something restaurant around there, and just gotta try some of the traditional food, so it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Was that your had you first time to Edmonton obviously, but had you been to Canada before?
No.
Oh, cool. Okay, well that's interesting. Did you get to see Edmonton at all while you were there during the week, or was it mainly just staying in the hotel and focusing on the fight?
Oh, yeah, man. Like, when I go to places like that, I like to walk around. It helps me ease my mind and to think clear. So I kind of just walk, explore, and then try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. You get to see some of the sights and everything. How we talked about, competing at lightweight, having that full camp. How much better do you feel at lightweight, not having to make that extra cut to 45?
Yeah, I mean, I feel tons better. Like, before... cutting a 145, I just get hurt. I'd push myself too hard, I guess too fast, because I'd be trying to train and push myself at the same time, trying to really cut my weight. And from mixing it, I've always ended up injured. I know whenever I fight at 145, it's probably injured 3 or 4 times. And cartilage in the rib area. Busted bone, just something like that. And making this weight to 155, I'm able to push myself harder without getting hurt.
Right. No, absolutely. Now you got a great fight here against James Krause. Everyone remembers him from not just his UFC career, but he was on the last the tough redemption season. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be a dogfight. He's good. He's well-rounded everywhere. So I'm just going to have to keep the pace on him, have my cardio outlast his.
Yeah, and one interesting thing about this fight is Krause on The Ultimate Fighter fought at welterweight. He made it, when his UFC return, he fought at welterweight. This will be his first time fighting at lightweight, if I'm not mistaken, since February of 2016. I know he's never missed weight, but do you feel like that kind of plays an advantage here because you fought at lightweight your last 2 fights?
Yeah. I think it will a little bit. I know, like you said, February of 2016, he hasn't made 155. He got used to making 170. I think having to cut that extra pounds it's going to suck at the end and could take a toll at him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. How's training camp going, and who are some of the main people you've been working with as far as training partners?
Doing pretty good. I've been working my strength conditioning, and then I've also been going up to the city in St. Louis and working with some people as well. Other than that, man, I know Monday through Friday, I always get up about 5:30 or 6 in the morning, go work out, and then I work from 8 to 5, and then after all that, I go back to the gym, and I'm there till about 7:30 or 8.
Nice. And for those who don't know, what do you do? What do you do for a day job? For those who don't know.
I work at Lenco. I deliver medical equipment.
Oh, cool.
I'm kind of like a modern day Batman. I save lives during the day and beat them up by night.
Very cool. That's awesome. And I guess work's pretty good about, if you need time off or you want to go train and things like that. Are they pretty reasonable with all that?
Yeah, absolutely. They understand. And my boss is actually my coach's wife.
Oh, well, that helps for sure.
So she helps me for sure, but it's also a double-edged sword. So, like, when I'm on my diet, I'm like, oh, that looks good. And if she catches me, she lets me have it just as much as what he does.
Right. No, I agree. Now, how's the weight cut going yourself? Because, this fight's on the 14th, but we got Christmas coming up. Are you going to be able to get a meal in there? How does that work?
Yeah, right now I'm kind of low on weight. Like, I was like 69.8 last week. So I'll just keep eating and staying active. I think that's the main point I've had in this camp is staying active. So just from that, it's keeping my weight down.
And how do you see this fight playing out on January 14th?
Like I said, I think it'll be a dogfight. But if I can push the pace, then I think I can eventually get the outcome. Now,
as far as watching Netflix or watching Hulu and all that, if I went on your account right now, what would I see you watching? Is it mainly the stuff your daughter's watching, or does Dad get a show in here and there too?
Yeah, a lot of what she watches, and then I watch like a little bit of anime, some I can't think of Shameless.
Oh, there. Yeah, see, you had me at Shameless. That's a great show. So you can. Have you been watching the latest season, or are you watching like a past season?
I'm catching up to it. My girlfriend introduced me to it, so I'm just watching episode by episode.
Yeah. It's a great show. I really enjoy it, and this season especially. I won't spoil anything for you, but it's very interesting. So hopefully if you can catch up to that point next time we do an interview, we can talk about how great the season was, because it was pretty interesting.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good. What are your plans for the holiday season? Are you going to get to spend a lot of time with family? Like how do you sort of map that out?
I think I might for a day, but I'm gonna stick to my training camp. I can't take James lightly. He's a really tough opponent, and I want to make sure that I put everything in here so that way I have no excuse afterwards.
Awesome. I love it. My last question for you here. I ask all the tough questions like the Netflix one earlier. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Is there one that sort of stands out, or one that maybe you watch every year?
Christmas movie?
Now, I just so you know, I'd be willing to accept movies like Die Hard and like Rocky. Okay, like they all take place during the.
I'm a big fan of Die Hard.
There you go. See,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Yep, yeah. I'm all for it.
Awesome, good stuff, man. Well, Alex, I really appreciate the time this morning. Again, looking forward to your fight with James Krause coming up here at UFC Fight Night 124 on January 14th. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs or anything like that, the floor is yours.
You can always hit me up on Facebook, Alex White, and then I also have a fan page, Alex the Spartan White. Or you can shoot me a tweet. It's Alex_White_ at 145.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.